Can you hear me okay? Well, all right. Well, try to be loud just in case. And there might be some noise from the street too, but try to speak over. Okay, so make your way into your comfortable seat. If you're not already there, as always, you have the option to sit on your heels or sit directly on the mat and fold your legs. If you want to take it a little bit further today, I'm actually going to tuck my toes, stretch out the bottoms of my feet, which rarely happens. So I feel like you need a little bottom of the feet stretch. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to do that as well. And then just either close your eyes or take your gaze to a spot on the floor, your palms on your thighs or knees, shoulders relaxed. And maybe drop your head back just for an inhale, and then exhale, bring it back down to a point where you feel like you're stretching out the front of your neck as well as the back of your neck. You're not tucking it too much or dropping your head back too far. And then you can inhale, bring your shoulders to your ears, and then exhale, roll your shoulders back, bring your shoulder blades closer together behind you. And then we'll do our body scan to check in with any spot where we might feel tension. Take an inhale to that area, and then exhale, try to release, sinking deeper into your comfortable seat. Wiggle your toes. Let your toes and feet relax. If your legs are folded, let your knees fall towards the mat. Pull your belly button towards your spine and tuck your tailbone. Wiggle your fingers, maybe even roll your wrists, and then let them relax. You can wiggle your jaw a couple of times, let it relax. Soften the creases of your eyes and your forehead, your face a bit of a droopy feeling, letting all of those muscles relax. And then focus on your breathing, taking a nice long inhale, filling your belly first, then expanding your ribs, air to your upper back, and then exhale, release, emptying your belly last, pausing, or taking another round of breath. Do a couple more rounds at the pace of your own breath. Trying to match the length of your exhales with your inhales, perhaps by counting as you inhale, and then do the same countdown as you exhale. And on your next round of breath, set your intention for class today. Maybe it's something you're working on in your own yoga practice, or maybe you want to cultivate a feeling that you personally either take with you into your days to come, or that you want to send out to someone else. Maybe it's a little bit of love and kindness to people who might be suffering right now, all the anger that's going on. Send out your intention to them, or set it on your own breath. And then we'll take one round of breaths together to set our intention. Begin by exhaling all of your air, emptying your belly last. Inhale, fill your belly, expand your ribs, open mouth. And on your next inhale, you can plant your hands on your mat, coming into your tabletop pose, bringing your knees about hip-width distance apart, wrist to shoulder width distance apart, fingers spread wide. Make sure you can see the mat in between each of your fingers, pulling your belly button towards your spine. And then before we begin our cat-cows, just exhale, drop your chin towards your chest, close to your chest as you can get it. Really stretching out the back of your neck. And then inhale, lift your head up as far as you can go without tilting your hips or creating that dip in your spine. And stretch out the front of your throat. And then exhale back into your table. This time, inhale, drop your belly, gaze forward for cow. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine for cat. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze forward for cow. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin for cat. And move through a few more rounds, pace of your own breath. Keeping in mind those equal inhales and exhales. Make sure you're fully emptying all of your air. Or you drop your belly and take in full inhale. And then you can take any other movements in your cat-cow that you would like. Maybe dropping your hips back to your heels. On your exhale, and then inhale, come back forward, cow. Then if you're dropping your hips back towards your heels, you can really round your spine like you're coming into a cat, but getting some movement in that hip area as well. And on your next inhale, come back into your tabletop pose. Extend your right leg long, tuck your toes on the mat, and then push your heel towards the back of your mat, keeping your hips and chest parallel to the mat, taking your gaze beyond the top of your mat. And then lift that right leg parallel to the mat, toes pointing down, hips parallel to the mat. And from here, you can extend your left fingertips forward, thumb towards the ceiling. And then from here, try to lift your leg a little higher and lift your arm up. You're getting a slight back bend in this pose, keeping equal weight between your hands and your knees, not relying on one more than the other, and keeping your gaze beyond the top of your mat. Take one more inhale here, and then exhale, lower your hands and knees, switching sides. Extend your left leg long, tuck your toes, push your heel towards the back of your mat, pull your belly button towards your spine, push weight into your fingers, and then lift that left leg parallel to the mat, toes turn down, hips turn down, and then reach your right fingertips forward, thumb towards the ceiling. And then from here, try to keep your belly button pulled towards your spine as you lift your right arm up and left leg up for that slight back bend. Keeping your hips parallel to the mat. Chest is kind of turning forward, but not too much. So you want to try to keep an equal lift in the leg and the arm. One is not higher than the other. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring your hand and knee back down onto the mat. And then step your fingers or walk. Actually, keep your hands where they are. Step your feet back into your high plank. So in your high plank, wrists are in line with shoulders, knees or hips are in line with shoulders. Then we're just going to put a slight or deep bend into the knees, whichever you choose, and then come into your downward facing dog, pushing your chest towards your thighs, lifting your hips towards the ceiling, pull your belly button towards your spine, allow your chest to come a little closer to your thighs, ears between your biceps, turning your biceps away from your ears towards the top of your mat. Then on your next inhale, walk your feet forward, coming into your forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Feet are hip width distance apart. Again, choosing either a slight or deep bend in your knees. Feeling a nice stretch down the backs of your legs. And maybe a release in your low back. Then come into ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows. And maybe nod your head yes, shake it no. Letting your shoulders relax. Upper body falling toward your legs. And if you have the grip of your elbows, go ahead and release. Inhale, palms to shins or thighs, creating a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Shoulders relax. Exhale, clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest up. And then exhale, begin to fold forward once again, bringing that slight or deep bend in your knees. Head hangs heavy, either pulling your hands towards the back of your mat or maybe lifting your hands towards the ceiling, opening your chest here, stretching out your shoulders, head hangs heavy, nodding your head yes, shaking no. And then from here, inhale, come back up into a stand, reach your arms back towards the ceiling, and then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, palms to shins or thighs, flat back. Exhale, fold. From here, deeply bend your right knee. Place your fingertips towards the center of your mat or the center of your feet, just above your toes. And then reach your left arm towards the ceiling. Left shoulder relax. Maybe you have a slight bend in that left knee. Feeling a stretch in that left hip area. Maybe taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down to replace the right. Deeply bend into the left knee. Then inhale, extend your right arm towards the ceiling. Maybe taking your gaze up toward your fingertips, creating a long line all the way from your right fingers down to your left. Again, you could have a slight bend in that right knee if you need it. One more inhale here. Then exhale, bring that right hand down onto the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Then from here, drop your knees down. Modified plank. Rock forward on an inhale. Exhale, hug your elbows by your sides. Slowly lower down. Bring your chin, chest, and then hips onto the mat. Inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, lower. Two more rounds. Inhale, lift for cobra. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, lower. Push back to your table or plank into your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Keep your knees lifted or drop them down. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do one more round. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in this down dog for a couple of rounds of breath. You can either settle in your down dog, maybe pedal your feet, dropping one heel, then the opposite, pushing weight into your fingers, pulling your belly button towards your spine, turning those biceps towards the top of the mat, and then settle in your down dog, lifting your hips towards the ceiling, rocking your heels down. Then inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Bring your fingertips down onto the mat and step your left foot back. Coming into a low lunge. Lifting your chest forward, taking your gaze forward. And then come up into a high lunge, sweeping your arms towards the ceiling. Shoulders relaxed. Come up onto those back toes. Help straighten that back leg. And bend in that front knee. Pulling the right hip back. Left hip forward. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest up. And then exhale, fold over your right thigh. Taking your gaze just beyond the top of your mat. And pulling your hands towards the back of your mat. Inhale, come back up. High lunge, reach those arms towards the ceiling. And then exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot forward to meet your front in a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back this time. First coming into your low lunge, bending into that front knee, lifting your chest up, taking your gaze forward, and then sweeping your arms towards the ceiling, shoulders relaxed, left hip back, right hip forward, hips parallel to the top of your mat. You can come up on those back toes, helping to straighten that back leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest up. Then exhale, fold over that left thigh, taking your gaze forward, pulling your hands towards the back of your mat. And then inhale, begin to come back up. High lunge, sweep those arms towards the ceiling. And then exhale, plant your hands on the mat. This time, step your front foot back into high plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll move through that again. This time, one breath, one movement. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. Low lunge. Lift your chest up. And then inhale, sweep your arms up. High lunge. Exhale, clasp your hands to the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest, gaze up. Exhale, fold over that right thigh. Pull your hands back. Inhale, come back up. High lunge, sweeping those arms up. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat. Step the back foot forward to meet the front. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step that right foot back, low lunge, lift your chest up, and then inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, high lunge. Exhale, clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest up, gaze up. Exhale, fold over that left side, gazing forward. Inhale, come back up, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, high plank, chaturanga. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. And then exhale, bring your palms to heart center, down by your side. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze to one spot. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Regain our breath, focusing on nice long inhale and equally long exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, coming into that low lunge. Lift your chest up, gaze forward, and then inhale, come up into your high lunge. Reaching your arms towards the ceiling, shoulders relax. And then clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest towards the ceiling. Then exhale, begin to fold over that right thigh, pulling your hands towards the back of your mat, and then making our way into a warrior three. So either lunging forward or stepping that back foot forward so you're comfortable and steady, and then lift that left leg parallel to the mat, toes pointing down. Maybe you have a slight bend in that right knee. Pull your hands away from your low back, towards the back of the mat, or maybe pull them towards the ceiling. Keeping your gaze on one spot, your sheet. We're going to take one more inhale here. And then exhale, step back into that high lunge with your hands clasped if you can. Not, just meet us there with your hands clasped. Fold back over that right leg. Then release the grip, bringing both hands down onto the mat. From here, spin your back foot onto the mat so that your front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Bring your right hand onto the inside of your right foot, coming into an extended side angle. Reaching your left arm towards the ceiling. Bending into that front knee. Maybe gazing up towards your hand. Really opening your chest. And then inhale, come up into a warrior two. Arms parallel to the mat, palms facing down, shoulders relaxed, shoulders in line with hips. Taking your gaze over your front fingertips. But first, peek down at your big toe. If you can't see it, pull your knee over toward your pinky toe a little bit. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Left hand down onto your back leg, or wrapped around your low back. Still bending into that right knee, right shoulder relaxed. Gazing up towards the ceiling or your fingertips. Inhale, warrior two. And then straighten that right leg. Coming into triangle, reach your right fingertips forward so they won't go any further. Then drop your right hand down onto your shin, left arm towards the ceiling. Where the top of your right hand could be on the inside of your calf or thigh. So turning your chest open. Back feels like it could rest on the wall behind you. Equally distributing your weight between your back foot and your front foot. And inhale, come back up. Making your way back into your warrior two, bending into that front knee. And then coming back into extended side angle. You have a couple of options. You can either gently rest your forearm on your thigh, reaching that left arm up, or you could drop that right hand back down onto the mat, or you could try the bind here, wrapping your left arm around your low back, and then reaching your right arm underneath, clasping your hands behind you, and then turning your chest open. You have the clasp behind you, go ahead and release. We'll meet back, an extended side angle. And then inhale, come back into warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands down onto the mat. And then from here, we're gonna come into a runner's lunge. So you can either keep that back knee lifted or drop it down. We'll walk our right foot over to the right side of the mat, both hands on the inside of your right foot. Lifting your chest up, gazing forward. And then if you'd like, you could also come down onto your forearms. And then if you'd like, you can round your back, dropping your face down or crown of your head down towards the mat. Or another option to get more into the back bend, you can bend your left knee and reach your left hand back, grabbing the outside of your left foot. Pulling that foot towards you. Take one more inhale here. Feel the grip of your foot. Then you can exhale, release, coming back into the runner's lunge. And then walking your right foot back to center. Tuck your back toes, lift that knee, and step the back foot forward to meet the front and the forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back, coming into your low lunge, lifting your chest, gazing forward, and then coming up into the high lunge, reaching your arms towards the ceiling. Left hip back, right hip forward. And then exhale, clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest, gaze up. And exhale, fold over that left thigh. Taking your gaze beyond the top of your mat. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, either lunge forward or step that back foot forward, coming into your warrior three. Keeping your gaze on your drishti, on the spot that's not moving. Pull your hands back towards the back of your mat or towards the ceiling. Right toes pointing down, hips parallel to the mat. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, bend into that left knee, step back into that low lunge, folding over your thigh. And then inhale, come back up. We'll exhale, back forward. Drop your fingertips down onto the mat. I'm going to flip around really quick. Then you'll spin your back foot down onto the mat so your front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Bringing your left hand to the inside of your left foot, right arm towards the ceiling for extended side angle. Chest open, maybe gazing up towards your right hand. Push weight to the outer edge of that back foot. Then inhale, come up, warrior two. Arms parallel to the mat, palms face down. Bending into your left knee. Peek down at that left toe. Pull your knee out towards your pinky toe if you can't see the big toe. Then shoulders relax, gazing over your front fingertips. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right hand on the back leg or wrapped around your low back. Still bending into that left knee. Left shoulder relaxed. Maybe gazing up towards your left fingertips. Then inhale, warrior two. Straighten your left leg, coming into triangle, reach those left fingertips forward, and then drop that left hand onto your thigh or shin, or bring the top of your hand onto the inside of your leg. Reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Chest open. Wall could rest, or your back could rest on a wall behind you. And maybe take your gaze up. Wherever you are, not relying on that left hand to hold you up. Instead, relying on your upper body. And inhale, come back up, meeting in warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle. Whatever version you would like on this side. Forearm resting on thigh, or left fingertips on the inside of the left foot, or trying that bind by first wrapping your right arm around your low back, and then reaching your arm underneath you, clasping your hands behind you and turning your chest open. Push weight onto the outer edge of your back foot. It's equally distributed between front and back. Maybe lift your left toes, wiggle them a couple of times. And then go ahead and release the grip if you have it. We'll all meet back in extended side angle. And then coming back up into warrior two. And then exhale, windmill your hands down, low lunge. Same options, keep that back knee lifted or drop it down. And then walk your left foot over to the left side of your mat, both hands on the inside of that left foot, or your runner's lunge. Lifting your chest, gazing forward. Then maybe coming down onto your forearms. And then if you'd like on this side, you can bend that right knee. And then grab onto the right foot, pulling it towards you. A minor back bend here, feeling a stretch in your right quad. We'll take one more inhale here. Exhale, release your foot if you have it, bringing both hands down. And then we're going to switch the grip. We'll start where we are in runner's lunge. So instead of, again, you can either stay here, and then instead of using your right hand to grab your right foot, we're going to switch sides. So if you'd like, bend that right knee once again, plant your right hand on the mat, and then reach back with your left hand, grabbing the outside of your right foot. This is actually a little bit of a deeper stretch here. And then if you'd like, you can pull that foot towards you, taking your gaze back towards the foot. And then turning your left toes off the mat. If you need a little bit more space in your left hip. One more inhale here. Then exhale, release. Coming back into your runner's lunge. Then we're going to switch sides for that second version of the little bit of a back bend. So tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Then however you want, you could first step that left foot back, then right foot forward. If you have a better way, go for it. And then once you're there, drop that back knee down onto the mat. Again, you have the same options. You could stay here or plant that left hand on the mat, bend the left knee, and then grab the left foot on the outside of the foot with your right hand. You can turn your right toes off the mat so that your right knee kind of drops open a little, which opens the hip. You either stay here or pull that left foot towards you. Take one more inhale here. If you have a hold of your foot, exhale, release. Plant your hands on the mat. Tuck those back toes, lift the knee up. Step the right foot back to meet the left in high plank. And then move to your vinyasa. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. In this down dog, we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Pedal your feet like you did earlier. Get those hamstrings feel a little bit more warmed up. And then steady in your downward facing dog, lifting your hips, pulling your belly button towards your spine, pushing weight into your fingers. Then on your next inhale, rock back forward into that high plank, and then lower all the way down onto your mat. And then once you're on your mat, you can bring your arms out by your side, rest on one ear. And from here, while you're resting, I'm just going to explain that I have limited space, but I'm going to try to walk you through a shoulder / chest opener. So bear with me. This is where my words are really going to matter and my actions less. All right, so if you're not already on your right ear, you're going to rest on your right ear. And you're going to extend your right arm out long like an airplane wing, palm facing down, basically perpendicular to your body. And then you're going to take your left hand and plant it next to your chest. And you're going to begin to roll over onto your right side. You feel that shoulder opener, and then you can either have your legs stacked on top of each other or step that left foot behind you, left knee towards the ceiling. Really opening your chest here. And feeling a nice stretch in that right shoulder. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. And then we're going to switch sides. And I'm going to flip around. So from here, this time you're going to have your left ear on the mat. Left arm extended out like an airplane wing, palm facing down, perpendicular to your body. Place your right hand next to your chest. And then push your body so that you're on your left side. Chest opening towards the right. Legs stacked on top of each other or right foot behind you on the floor, knee towards the ceiling. Doing a chest opener, shoulder stretch, and even feeling it a little bit in my hips on the right side. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. And then rest on the opposite ear than what you did before we started, if you can remember that. I think the best default is whichever side needs a little bit more stretching, you rest on that side. And then inhale, bring your hands next to your chest. Push yourself up into a table, then back into a downward facing dog. You can move through a vinyasa here if you would like, rocking backward into your plank, moving to your chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and then back into your downward facing dog. Whatever you decided, we're all meeting in down dog. Then inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Then exhale, palms at heart center, down by your side. So we did all of the chest opening and warming up, so we could do dancer pose. So we're first, though, going to start focusing on how we distribute weight in our feet. So begin by bringing your feet hip-width distance apart, really grounding your feet in the mat, and then rocking back and forth a couple of times to see where you distribute your weight. And then settle on a point where you feel like you have equal weight between your heels and balls of your feet. Lift your toes, wiggle them a couple of times, and then ground them down onto the mat. Begin to shift weight into your right foot, and then bend your left knee, kicking your heel towards your behind, grabbing the outside of your foot, and then reaching your right arm towards the ceiling, right shoulder relaxed. You're welcome to stay here, or begin to kick your foot into your hand, which will cause your body kind of rock forward a little bit. And then, this is a difference between Bikram style and Vinyasa. You can have those fingertips going forward, but what we try to do in Vinyasa is reach that right arm towards the ceiling, right fingers towards the ceiling, so that you're creating kind of that bow pose with your body, but while you're standing. Take one more round of breath here. Really focusing on your drishti, that one spot that's not moving. Then inhale, kick your foot a little harder into your hand. And then exhale, begin to release, coming out of it just the way you went in. Maybe shake those legs out before we switch sides. Refocus on how you're distributing weight between your feet. Lift those toes and bring them back down. Shift weight into that left foot. Then kick the right heel towards your behind. Grab onto the outside of your right foot and reach that left arm towards the ceiling. And then begin to kick, either stay here or begin to kick your right foot into your hand, which will bring your body, upper body, a little more parallel to the mat. And again, you want to achieve that bow pose style. Really reach that left arm up, left fingertips towards the ceiling as much as you can. Take one more round of breath here. Focus back in on your breathing. Nice long inhale. Equally long exhale. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, kick a little harder. And then release. Coming out of it the same way you went in. Shaking out. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Last vinyasa class. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one inhale here. Then exhale, drop your knees down onto the mat. Come to a seat on your heels. And then swing your legs around in front of you. Stretching your legs long, feet forward, toes towards the ceiling. Then inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, shoulders relaxed, spine long. Then exhale with that long spine, fold forward as far as you can go. And then begin to round your back, face falling towards your thighs, the chin. Placing your hands on the mat, your ankles or toes. Letting your face fall toward your legs. Folding toward your legs. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling. Extend your left leg out. Bring the bottom of your right foot onto the inside of your left thigh. Turn your chest towards your left leg. Take an inhale here, long spine, reach up. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Again, with the long spine. So you can't go any further, then round your back. Bringing your hands onto the floor, ankle or toes. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to come back up. Switch sides. Extend the right leg long, bottom of your left foot onto right thigh. Turning your chest toward your right leg. Long spine. Exhale, begin to fold over your right leg. Again, so you can't go any further, then round your spine. And place your hands wherever feels most comfortable. Inhale, slowly begin to come back up. Extend those legs long in front of you. Feet facing forward, toes towards the ceiling. And then bring your arms parallel to the mat. We're going to lower down from here, lifting your chest, belly button toward your spine. Start with a long spine. And then as you exhale, begin to round your back. Coming down slowly, pushing those feet forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach your arms overhead. Point your toes for a nice big stretch. And then exhale your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Maybe grabbing onto your knees. Making circles, moving in one direction. Massaging that low back. And the other direction. And on your next exhale, plant your feet onto the mat. We'll come into supine pigeon from here. You can take your right ankle onto your left thigh. Push that right knee away from you and either stay here or flex your right foot, then grab behind your left thigh, pulling your knee towards you. Keeping your head on the mat, but tucking your chin towards your chest. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, release. Then from here, we're going to come into our twist. So keep your right ankle on your left thigh. And you can either bring your arms into airplane wings or into goalpost arms. Take an inhale here and then exhale. Let your left knee and right foot drop towards the mat. And then maybe take your gaze to the right over your shoulder. And if you want a deeper twist here, you can fully cross your right leg over your left and then drop it over to the left. Inhale, come back to center, switch sides. Bring your left ankle onto your right thigh. Push that left knee away from you. Supine pigeon on this side. Stay here or grab behind your right thigh. Flex that left foot and pull that right knee towards you. Take a nice long inhale. Exhale, bring that right foot back down onto the mat. Bring your arms back into either goalpost or airplane with your palms face down if you're an airplane. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, let that right knee and left foot drop to the right. Or again, if you need a deeper twist or want a deeper twist, you can fully cross that left leg over the right, and then let it drop down. Taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Then we'll come into a happy baby for our final pose. Pulling your knees towards your armpits, either grabbing behind your thighs, outsides of your feet, or big toes. Maybe rocking from side to side. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, release. Extending your legs long on the mat, moving into Shavasana. Taking any final poses that you would like in your practice. So once you make your way into Shavasana, let your feet flop away from each other. Wiggle your toes a couple of times. Let them relax. Let your hips sink into the mat. Arms stretched away from you. Palms towards the ceiling. Maybe lifting your chest, pulling your shoulder blades closer together, and then settling back down. Wiggle your fingers a couple of times. Let them relax. Wiggle your jaw. Let it relax. The creases of your eyes and forehead. Turn into putty as your muscles relax. Then focus back in on your breathing. And take these last few minutes to appreciate what your body has done for you by letting it rest. Letting your mind rest, letting your body rest, and all walk you out when it's time. Again, to bring awareness back to your breath. And bring life into your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Rolling your ankles, yes. Letting your chin drop from left to right. And inhale, reach your arms overhead, point your toes for one last big stretch. Then exhale your knees into your chest, rolling onto either your left or right side for Shavasana B, fetal pose. This pose is a transition into the rest of your evening, out of your yoga practice, back into reality. And your next inhale, begin to make your way up into a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed or gazing at a spot on the floor in front of you. Find one, crown of your head towards the ceiling, shoulders relax. And we'll close our practice and seal the intention we set at the beginning by taking one round of breath together. Begin by exhaling all of your air. Take a nice long inhale, fill your belly, expand your ribs, open mouth, release. I invite you to bring your palms to heart center for prayer pose, bowing your head in gratitude for anything that you're thankful for in your life, and for thanking your body for allowing you to do yoga. I thank you for joining me. The light in me honors